And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. Stiff-armed him. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And incomplete to open things up. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Second down following the incompletion. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be third down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot there on third down. Couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
That's pulled in at the 32. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
So let me make sure I have this right. He's already found the end zone once, and now he's ripped off a big chunk of yardage here on this one. His confidence is awfully high. So now I've got to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator. Do I go ahead and sell out to try and stop him and force him to do something different? Or do I risk him having a big monster day against my defense?
And they get 28 yards on that one. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today. They come out here in the eye. Ball spotted at the 4. It's second and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And on 2nd and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now Elliott. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll out of defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Shift together here from the D-line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's got room. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, It's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
5 yards to go for the offense. First down and goal from that 5-yard line. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And thus far in this end.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On the sneak, it's Prescott. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Hey, give them credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars are back within a score. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Texans a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they'll run it here. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, what a good football coach is looking for. Complete football players. And guess what? We've got one here because most cornerbacks, they just want to cover people. This guy shows the ability to go ahead and make tackles.
So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. The play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And he's able to put it through. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. He juked him. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Prescott, flush to his right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. touchdown carry by Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Prescott is going to go for a big play downfield. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throwing. Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Their big-bodied receiver as time expires in the first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And he'll bang that one through. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run with Elliott. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Prescott from the gun on third. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now they'll run it on the toss. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. They want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time, but The way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They come out here in the eye. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Prescott now on 2nd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
4th down, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come out here in the eye. This is Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So,
and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Their big tight end, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Fuller brings it in over the middle. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Is still in search of the first down after that last completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Shift together here from the D-line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Here we go.
Back to throw again. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. 17 yards on the pickup. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. First down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught at the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
And now out comes Houston, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with his third touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They'll look to throw, and he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the two-point try. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Looking to throw. Prescott looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a down set. 6 DBs on third. Now Prescott. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And he comes back with one complete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back. And touchdown, Houston! And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, nice move. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now out come the Jags. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, My list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Shift together here from the D-line. A second down throw for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here comes the Texans now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On the counter, Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Prescott now on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Prescott off play action. Steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it go again. And no, it's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. And they'll go on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Third down, still 14 yards left. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Jim Caldwell is showing a little confidence in the offense, leaving him out there here on fourth down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal.
Oh, man, that was some call right there. The game in the balance. They run for it on fourth down. And this has been the story all game long. They've been the ones that come up with the big plays when they've needed them. And that last one, that may have won them the football game.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.